Sudoku, that's cool. I can't do it. I tried. Sudoku kills me. I should say it just wipes my butt out. Eh, oh, yep. That's good news because I am definitely not intelligent. Wah. Yeah, cry to somebody that cares. Woohoo! Welcome, everyone, to another episode of The Phone Show. How am I supposed to know that? Well, you just told me that after I already said something. You better get on the ball there, buddy, or you could be demoted. Hey, that's awesome sauce, everybody. Thank you for putting up likes. All right. Okay. Well. Ooh. Okay. Now what I'm doing here is I'm going to go, there's nothing to go look at. There are no undercarriage pictures. So I have to just build this up the way I can see that it needs to be built up. I need some pieces in here. Wait, better change this angle just a touch. There we go. Alrighty. Now it's square. Okay. No, it's a monster truck. It has one seat right in the middle with a steering wheel. Nah, what the heck? Welcome, everybody, to another episode of The Phone Show. And thank you all for commenting, for sharing me with others, and for liking the show. Hi, Hannah. How are you? Can't do anything with this yet. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of The Phone Show. Thank you for coming by. Hi, Hannah. How are you doing? Joy is in? Thank you, Joy, for coming by yesterday. Yeah, she did. She did good. Yep. We kind of got those people, Eddie. Yeah, that's true. I did ask you to read more. Yep. So, good job, Eddie. I will definitely keep up the good work. Thank you for coming to the phone show. Hi, Edrich. And I think it's Edric down there in, other countries. I think I got that right. Dwarf diver? It could be. Yeah, I don't know. Night, Winter. Hopefully. I hope, because putting up likes, you guys, has been tough. Last couple of days has just been terrible. Oh, that's fantastic, Winter. Good luck with the refinance. Don't know. What the heck? Uh huh. Yeah, I didn't either until a couple days ago, yesterday actually. But Edric, thank you very much for explaining that. And I hope I got it right that time. But Edrich, yeah, that's good old American English. Yeah, I know all this work can be done with a 3D printer, except you can't make it by hand. If you're making it with a 3D printer, you're not making nothing. So go ahead and make stuff with a 3D printer. I don't mind. Yep. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. And I can imagine that in 10 years, um, probably no kids will be using anything but 3D printers. And that's fine. Right at this point in time, I'm not going to do it. I want to help people make stuff by hand because it's a lost art form, making stuff by hand. And back in the day when I grew up, if you wanted something, pretty much if you didn't make it, you didn't get it. And the thing about a 3D printer, it's expensive. People say, no, they're not. They're like less than $200. Oh, and then you got to buy filament continuously. You have to do maintenance on your machine all the time. When you break parts, you have to buy a new machine because the parts are more expensive than a brand new one. So 3D printing is not the way to go. But there is a demand for it. And shoot, I seen them 3D printing cement houses. So I know, you know, that there is a demand for 3D printers. Well, I tell you what, you haven't told your parents yet. Wait till you get it, I guess, and then open it in front of them and say, "Hey, look at what I got from the paper engineer," and you tell them it's made out of recycled paper, and have them come to the show and ask me any questions they would like. Yeah, that's true. The big 3D printers aren't. 3D printing pen. I never even heard of that before, Joy. Wow. Yeah, it does take experience, that's for sure, but everything does. I've been doing this stuff for 16 years. And say what? Well, it makes sense that resin printing would be better for models. But the thing is, you know, I don't do it. I'm not going to either. Okay, that's because you got to make a good impression, Eddie. Oh, that's cool. I like groovy. That's a word we don't use much anymore. R55. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show. Oh, that's cool, Joy. No. Yes, they will. And perhaps you'll be able to get them to watch the show and to understand a little bit more about how this all works and how you can learn design principles in real life from what I teach. Well, that's cool. Hi, Minnie. Nice to see ya. Well, hanging out with girlfriends, that's important. Absolutely, Tom. Your design, things that you can learn how to design is just absolutely amazing. Now, what I think I'm going to do is I am going to paint this whole thing because I'm going to need a whole bunch more black. So, oh gosh, and I need it now. Doggone it. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to do that. I'll paint it after the show. They don't watch YouTube? Well, maybe they'll change their minds if they watch for a little while on my show. Because, as you know, we have a different kind of show here. This really hampers things, not being able to paint a lot. Well, I tell you what, not paying for cable is a good thing. Long form, I have really nice shows. They're 2 hours every show. And so, yeah, you can do that. I can't do this, Eddie. I have got to be able to paint in the show. There's too much. Everything has to be painted before it's put in here. I don't care. It's the way it goes. It just, I can't get away from it. There's not enough that I can do. Everything that I've got going on right now requires painting as I go. So, Uh, we gotta reach a happy medium here somehow. Well, shoot. Well, not everybody leaves, or they would all be gone. We'd be down to 2 or 3 people. Yeah, I got a bundle that I can get through Verizon that has Disney and Netflix and stuff all tied together, and I think I'm going to do that. But I just don't watch it enough. So it's like nuts. And thank you guys for doing our polls. I appreciate it very much. How in the world could I have done that? What? Uh-huh. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. I'm doing good. I hope you and your family are well. Yep, it is 2 reasons. Yeah. So Avatar is going to Disney. Wow, they're going to mess that all up. I don't show my face anymore. I wished I did. The people want to see me building, and so it's a much better angle at this point. But I know it's something I wished I could do, show my face more. Yep, my mom did the same thing. Well, maybe they haven't caught him yet. How many followers does he have? Well, you got to go in there and ask him how he gets away with that. Oh, Ashoka is a really good show. I can't wait till they finish that up, or at least get more of it done. It's funny how I know all this stuff, isn't it, Eddie? How does could be? You ought to talk to him about it and see. No, this is not a snow speed. I mean, a sand speeder. This is a Halo Warthog that I'm building. Oh, man. Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, you ought to hear what Eddie just told me about the rock. Oh, man. Well, that's close enough to the rock. That's the one. I want to thank everyone for your support. Thank you for coming to the show and sharing me with others, and for putting up all the likes you guys do. At 100 likes, I will show you something. All you got to do is name it, and I'll show it to you. Now, the sand speeder did not look like this. Absolutely. Definitely Google it. Ah, there we go. I kept bending these lights, and so I had to put that stuff on there so that it wouldn't bend anymore. Because you can only bend them lights so many times and they'll break, and I can't. What? Get lost at Alcatraz? Well, you can't get too lost. It's an island. And what is that? Man, what are you? What? I've never even heard of it. Yeah, hiding the wire is not always easy to do. Now, what I do with this is it's all built into the body, the wiring harness. And so for me, it's actually quite simple. Well, I never saw YouTube in the early days. Oh, wow. There was nobody there? How could how could you miss the ferry? Don't they count people getting on and off the boat? Gads, that's horrible. Well, that's cool. If you follow me and set up notifications, it'll let you know when I go live. Oh, geez, Joy. How'd you get off the island? I suppose I could do that, yeah. All right, you guys, here's what I'm doing. I'm building a monster truck, Halo Warthog. This is the chassis to it. Now, as you know, monster trucks have a single wheel, a steering wheel, and one seat. So I'm going to put a steering wheel and a seat in here, and I'm going to be able to put the light bar in it. Now, you can see how all the wiring goes inside the chassis. Now, the way I'm putting all this in here, it disappears. All right, now all the wiring that went up to this front section is completely gone. You can see a tiny bit of it right here, maybe. Not sure, maybe a little bit. A couple of wires there. And I've got wires here and lights on the sides. And so anyway, it's just something you have to do. You have to build things up layer at a time to get this to work. Now, this is all independent suspension. And so it looks like a real monster truck at this point. Making this chassis look like a monster truck chassis, that was fun. And I'm using old monster truck wheels and tires that I got off an old monster truck toy. And yeah, it's getting warm in here, you guys. I got to take my coat off. Hey, pay attention to my mods. They can answer a bunch of questions while I do some stuff back here. I've got to take my coat off. I've got to turn the lights out. Hi, Rocket. Nice to see you. Wow, Joy, that's bad. Anyway, when you're working with wiring and lights, you have to be very careful that you do not cut this stuff. All right, because if you do, you're done. You have to solder it back together. And this is where I'm at right now, is I am getting this stuff all locked down. Shooter, welcome to the show. Okay, so I don't know, the dashboard. I've got to build the dashboard. I've got to put micro lighting in the dashboard. Don't know if I can do it though. Now, honestly, I don't know, because I've only got one light area I can draw from. Maybe if I pull all this stuff off of here, I can get into this one. Ah, boy. I don't want to have to tear that apart, but I might have to. Because I don't think I can put enough fiber optics in there to do what I need to do. I don't know. Hey everybody, I'm from Washington State in America. Where are you all from? And it's nice to meet you all, by the way. And this is the windshield for it, right here. The whole thing is going to sit down on here just like this. I know, Edrich, that's so cool. Yeah, it sure does. Gold and black. Oh, thank you very much. It's been a fun build so far. Very challenging. I'm learning a bunch of new stuff. Now, I got to get these down. As you know, yesterday and the day before, I've been working on the headlights to these. And that's those 3 lights up on top. This is the second layer of paper and Elmer's glue that I put on these. Now I have to take all the lumps out of it. What, Alcatraz? Shoot, there hasn't been anybody on Alcatraz except the caretakers for years. I tell you what, there's a movie called The Book of Eli, and it was a very, very good movie. I liked it a lot. It was filmed. No. Well, probably somebody different, Eddie. Well, what's he typing? Let me answer it. Cole, if you come into my show, type something that is important. Trying to educate, Eddie. Thank you, Rocket. Did you let Rocket know that we can't do that anymore? And we need to find out from YouTube if we can do that or not. Okay. Yeah. Maurice! Nice to see you, Maurice. Welcome to the show. I am building a Halo monster truck for the circuit. Anyway, this is where it's at so far. I've got a bunch of stuff I've still got to do on this. And what I'm doing right now is up here, I've got 3 headlights. And those headlights are right here. I used a Sharpie to form them. Now what I'm doing is, this is the second or third layer of paper that I've glued on here. And this paper that I used was all paper towel. Elmer's glue and paper towel. And what I'm doing right now is I am just shaping the headlights. So, because as long as you keep it on here, you can do all the sanding you need to do. And this Dremel light sands extremely well. All right. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of The Phone Show. Well, way back in the day, back when Noah's Ark was around, they invented chipboard. Back then it was papyrus. Oh, that's fantastic. And who said that? Nightmare. Welcome to the Phone Show, Nightmare. Wait a minute. What kind of nightmare are you? I want to know. How do I get so smart about this stuff? Well, I'm 71 years old. I'll be 72 in November, and I have been building since I was 5 years old. So I have learned a lot about building stuff, and with just paper, I have been doing this now for 16 years. So I have gotten very good at this stuff. And invention is kind of a necessity when you're making something that's never been done before. You have to learn how to make things from nothing. That's how I figured out about Sharpies. Number one, I show you something right now. Okay, this one is almost done. I twist it up. Now, this is what I got. Okay, I have basically a Sharpie shaped uh, lens cover or headlight cover. Now what I'll do is I'll cut this down to be a regular size headlight. I will paint chromium paint inside. I will poke a little hole in this with a Dremel and a what is it? A diamond burr. Once I get the hole in it, oh, excuse me, everybody. Then I can put them on here, and when these are turned on, you can see they light up. And so that's how I'll make these headlights for this monster truck. Oh, anyway, thank you. I have 3 different Sharpies, 3 different headlights. And so now what I'm doing is I'm shaping them to look right. As far as saving me time, this Dremel light was the best thing I could have ever bought. It saves so much time doing stuff. Because this sanding, if you had to do this by hand, oh my God, it take forever. Because Elmer's glue and paper towel, this stuff becomes cement. Yes, absolutely, Nightmare. Because you can put all kinds of different bits on this thing. I've got standing drums. I've got the little wheels that you use for working automotives and for sanding down rings and things like that that you might need to clean up. All right, Rocket, take care. Say hi to your girl for us. Yes, it's just like Australia. They're going into summer. It's the southern hemisphere. It's backwards of us. Well, it's the way planets work. Yes. Yeah. Thank you for coming to my stream. I do my show Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So let's see, I've been on the show now for about 30 minutes. And so I'll be live tomorrow, 30 minutes earlier than right now. We have a fantastic worldwide community here. Well, thank you guys for posting all the likes. And I don't know why YouTube is not doing likes like it used to. For some reason, it's all weird. What I'm working on, grandkid, is I'm working on the headlights for this monster truck that I'm building. You've been reading things to me more, Eddie. That was good. Yes, Hannah, absolutely is. We're out here on the West Coast, and the weather is just messed up different. When I was a kid, you guys, I was talking to Honey Bunny about it earlier today. Back in the 60s, right up to about 1965. We used to get 4-foot drifts of snow between the houses when I was a kid. And about 1965, it didn't start snowing as bad in 65. And every year since then, we've got less and less snow. Until now, like last year, we had half an inch for half a day. That was it. It gets cold, but it just doesn't put snow down anymore. And what I'm doing is I'm making all of these things look the same. Now that one's a little bit different. I gotta take that one down. Because you have to make them look like they're factory produced. There is no global warming, you guys. They want you to believe all that. How about if you look up the pole shift, with the poles changing location, and they are changing location. They are going to throw the climate out of balance all around the world. And why the scientists aren't mentioning anything about the pole shift, I don't know. Well, the ozone layer might have something to do with the temperature change, that's true. Every day they've been doing that. Howdy, Van. Nice to see ya. What you been up to today, Van? I still think we should be sending them emails every day. It's got to do good because something is reading them. Sure, they don't answer them, but they're getting. How else would all these people be sending emails and then not doing something about it? We're having serious problems. Oh, I agree. Wow, Edrich, that would have been cool. I would have loved to have met your father. Oh, on Facebook Marketplace. Wow. I did. Yep. We're running about, well, this morning when I got up it was 2 degrees Celsius. And I'm like, "What? It's freezing out here." We didn't have ice on everything, but we had frost the day before. And so we are definitely heading into winter. Well, it would have saved a lot of explaining, but you know, Take and show them one of my videos and see what they think. Who said that? Hi, Brandon. That's all right. Life is important. We have to deal with our lives always, and they are more important than my show. If you can make it to my show, that's okay. But don't throw your life beside to do my show. And I know that most people would not do that. Hi, Tulia. Nice to hear from you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had 2 degrees Celsius here this morning. I think it's more like 10 or 12 right now, but I can't tell for sure because I'm up here working. Yeah, my thermometer is outside hanging on the post. 18 on the 17th. Awesome news, Atulia. You're becoming a young adult. That is awesome news. Another fantastic human being in the paper army. All right, now look at these. Now what I'm doing here is I'm trying to check them and see to make sure they all look uniform. Because you have to build all your parts uniformly. You can't rely on it because it's not molded. And because they are not molded, you have to make them. That means you have to make the parts look right. If you're going to be a paper engineer, you have to learn how to do all this stuff. Absolutely. Thank you very much. What kind of Warthog? An airplane, a monster truck Warthog, or a Warthog the Beast? Nice. How's your twin brother doing? Has he ever been to the show? I didn't know you had opposing thumbs and hairy knuckles. You really ought to quit dragging them. We'll see. Well, I tell you what, Jim, people don't like being called monkeys because we are not. And that's why people don't like it. And Jim, if you want to believe that we're monkeys, you're as smart as the people think of flat Earth is a real thing. So it's up to you, Jim. You might think you're funny, but you're not. But it's up to you to be that way. Wrong bit. Oh no, that's a good bit. Wow, that's hard to hold on to. Yeah, the funny thing about that is if there was an evolution, apes to human beings, there would be no apes left. They would have all evolved into human beings. So that theory is out the window with the dead guy that came up with it. Wow. I'm glad you're laughing, Aaron. That's cool. I am too. And there is the start of one of the headlights. This piece, garbage. You can't use these excess ones for anything. They are absolutely no good. And in case you're wondering what I'm cutting this with, it is a diamond wheel. And in Dremel size, these things are really cheap. And they never wear out because I'm cutting paper with them. They're made for cutting steel and rocks and stuff like that. Wait, who did? Hey, Shooter, I know you want to believe that, Shooter, but the only way that we evolved from an ape, uh, we can't. We can't. Genetically speaking, they are not alike. And I was talking to a geneticist way back in the 80s from Berkeley, and he had a theory that I thought was extremely interesting. If the aliens came down here and grabbed a bunch of apes, monkeys, apes, chimpanzees, etc., took them to another place and did some experiments on them, then it's possible that we have ancestors that are apes themselves. But I don't, honestly, from everything that I have studied, I don't believe it's possible. What I'm doing right now is I am flattening off these ends and I'm making sure that they're the same elevation, which means I got to take the high spots, the high ones, like this one, and I have to cut it down until it's the same size. My goodness, them are close. Say that again, Eddie. We're supposed to have 39. Well, just because you read a book about it doesn't mean the person that wrote the book knew what they were doing. And we did not come from evolution, you guys. And it's the easiest way to explain it is if we evolved from monkeys, there would not be any monkeys left. They would have all evolved. So, hey everybody, could you put up a bunch of likes and see if we can get the likes to change? I don't know if the AI is not counting them or what, because it's shoot. Thank you very much. I like Cortana. And Master Chief? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I am working right now, you guys, on making the headlights that are going to go right up here. I have been working on them now for 3 days. Now comes time for the diamond burrs. Wow, thank you very much. Dedication also helps with patience, because if you're dedicated to doing something, you will find the patience to do it. We got an hour left of the show, you guys. And then I'll be back tomorrow for another show. What is today, Wednesday? Today's Wednesday, yeah? Yeah. I know, Edrich. I think that the AI, somehow or another, is thinking you all are bots. And that's just stupid. Well, here's the thing. If you get a bronze membership, which is $2.98, I have tutorials on how to make the micro machines. I made this in January of 2010. Still have it today. Mac and cheese box, Elmer's glue, and acrylic paint. And as far as patience, you don't need patience. You just need dedication. Oh, man, that took off. Come here. Come here, you doggone it. Hi, Grant. Nice to see you. We got to send emails to these fools and let them know that they're bot or that their AI is turning all of the likes off because they think it's bots. That would make sense anyway. What? What do you want? You got food. Don't be bugging me until you eat that food. I'll let you out. That'll be it. That'll fix it. Go ahead, beat it. Yeah. Gato. All right. Got rid of the gato. All right, now this is a chromium paint pen. So by painting the insides of these lights, it hopefully will create more of a headlight look. I've never done this before, so I'm guessing, but it makes sense that it should. I am working. I have to paint, and the darn thing is, I can't. I'm to the point where I have to paint as I go, and unfortunately, that's just where I'm at. And so I went to working on these headlights, but I'm now to the point where I got to paint them. And so, darn it. Oh. Pilot hole. Got to have a little drill bit to pilot hole these. Now, one of the things I'm going to do is I look at these and see where I want the light to go in. And I think that's a good spot right there. Yeah. Yes, I know of 3i Atlas. Well, is that conspiracy theory on that point, or it's a fact? Well, let's look at this from a different angle. What if they're not publishing anything because there's nothing to it? That's what I want to know. Yes, I've heard that. Now, okay, so if it is an alien craft, why are they covering it up? Most of us believe that the aliens have been coming here for millions of years, basically. So, now, as you can see, I now have a nice little hole in here. And it fits on there just almost perfect. So we're going to go a little bit deeper with this. Because what it has to do is this has to fit on here just like that to become a headlight. Huh. Hey, everybody, how many of you have been following up on that 3-eye atlas interstellar object? And if you have been following it, if you're from a different part of the world, what is your news media talking about it? What got hit by what? Yeah, yep. I've been telling people this a long time ago. All right, alien craft that we've been seeing for years. All right, they are coming from light years away. If humans think they can hurt them with their missiles, no, they can't. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, we don't understand gravity and they manipulate gravity. I think that's one of the ways that they get from planet to planet is they fold space. Now that may be a bit sci-fi for uh, reality, but it's possible. They have some way of traveling faster than light. Yeah, they sent that missile to another dimension. I did see the movie Arrival. I, I thought it was very possible, that movie. Um, your tracks, I don't know. You can go ahead and start other things with it, but your tracks are of major importance. It does. It turned out really good. Teleporting, it is possible, I believe. Now I know that's a Star Trek thing, and but if they can figure out whether or not they can teleport people and their souls go, then I think that's a major importance. Oh, well, that's if they successfully teleported an atom, then it sounds to me like that is entirely possible to do. They're just going to have to get the technology to get it there. The wrinkles in time? Well, oh, yeah, I don't know about that one. Or I'm missing some words in it. Hey guys, have you ever heard of the butterfly effect? I think some of you have. All right, and I tried explaining this to my science teachers that were telling me that. Uh-oh, that's not good. That piece took off, and it was 2-3 days work. I cannot afford to run over it with my chair. Oh, come on. Oh no. That little piece took off, and I can't move on without it. Yeah, it went underneath of a book. Anyway, the butterfly effect. They said, here's the thing. They said, well, if a butterfly flaps its wings in Asia somewhere and there's a hurricane, it creates a hurricane on the other side of the world. That's a load of bullshit. A butterfly can float on the air with its wings. It cannot affect the gravity of air. Air is 14 pounds per square inch. At least at the equator it is. Now, 14 pounds per square inch, a butterfly weighs nanogram. It cannot affect the air. So, butterfly effect, I'm sorry, that is a non-viable excuse for me, for somebody to use. Yes, probably. Well, you know what, Grant? I never heard about that effect before. Yes. Okay, and that turned out to be wrong. Right, and unfortunately, it's not like a snowball going down the mountain, because the thing is, a snowball rolling down the mountain, getting more snow, eventually carries too much weight in itself and it collapses. 103 likes, you guys. If there is something you would like to see and you can name it, I will show it to you. Anti-gravity machine? I've never heard of that. guess I'm going to have to take that off of there because I cannot get enough fiber optics off of one light. So I've got to take this apart, you guys, without breaking it. Oh, you're talking about the Tantive, Princess Leia's ship? Okay. All right. The Abrams tank turret was built completely different than the tank turrets I build now. Uh-oh. No, no, no. I can't lose those. Those got to go over here where they won't get lost. All right. So, Princess Leia's ship. I will show that one first. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. Joy wants to see the Tantive 4. Now, I have various number of these Tantives. 3 of them, to be exact. This engine block that I built this completely separate from the rest of this ship. All right, now the tubing, which is exactly what I used here to make this hammerhead, just a paper towel tube. All right, that's what I used with this. This engine block has a larger tube here. Once I got to this point, I wrapped it with paper and made sure that I had a viable glued piece that was solid. And I took it off of this chassis and I built this engine block onto that tube. So, because you got to manipulate, you got to turn this over. I had to build these engines first, then put the upside and the backside, downside engines on. And anyway, in building this, I could not have this on this chassis. It's too hard to manipulate. It's too hard to turn it over and turn it over and turn it over. Once this was complete and painted, then I just glued the body and I glued the inside of the tube and I put it on real quick and lined it up so that it was square with this chassis. There's things you have to do. Now, these turrets, all right, I built the turret part inside here, then I built these domes to go over top of it. Once I got that built, then I could put the guns on. Because what that gives you is a very solid turret, and it can't come off because these are shaped the way they're shaped. They will not allow the guns to come off. These ones had to be done different because they were there was not a dome edge like this is. You have to design things differently depending on what size and what you're building. All right, now we need to see the Abrams tank. The Abrams tank. This was an early turret build. I didn't know how to make a turret. So I built the turret itself, but inside here I had to make a slip disc. Okay, in other words, the turret had to slide this way, all right, onto itself. So this piece, the bottom piece, was glued to the chassis. The top piece was then glued onto the disc. It takes a little bit of practice to do this. Okay? And I don't know, yeah, you can possibly see it. But anyway, what it was, uh, once I got this ready to go, then all I had to do was stick it together and glue the turret onto this. Now, if you're going to build this piece, you have to build this separate. All right. Once you put your discs inside here to make your turret work, it has to work really good before you glue this piece onto it. I don't know if that'll help you or not, but I hope it will. And only other way is if you come into Discord and I can talk to you on Saturday. Hey, everybody. I have 3 levels of memberships: bronze, silver, and gold. If you get a bronze membership, which is the most economical, it's $2.98. Now, basically $3 a month. That gives you tutorials on how to make the micro machines. I started with these 16 years ago, and I made all kinds of micro machines before I stepped up into bigger stuff, because I need to learn how the paper worked. You know, how does it glue together? How strong is it? What can you do with it? So the micro machines were my base, and I learned how to make a lot of different micro machines. The reason being, once you learn this and learn the different tricks to making stuff, making these become a little bit easier. Because you're building a bigger project, it is a bigger problem. But with lots of micro machine builds, you learn a bunch of stuff on how this works. And being able to learn how it works makes a huge difference in what you can and can't build. Okay, everybody. Say what? All paper. Yes, everything I do is all paper. You want to see something insane? Check this one out. This is all paper as well. Over 11,390 pieces of paper. And how in the world this side got crushed over here, I don't have any idea. I never dropped it. But there's a possibility at one of the shows that I took it to, somebody dropped it. All of those are modular pieces. I built them separately and then glued them onto the body. The armor and the detail work all go on top. This is 11,390 pieces of paper. It took 536 hours build time. It's only 3.5 pounds, which is very cool because I do this all the time. It's not a Lego, but it's hollow. That's why it doesn't weigh much. And if you take screenshots of it, perhaps you can find the Easter egg hiding on it. All of these modular units, all of these things here, everywhere actually, are all different. That's what taxed my mind so much, was making different modular units out of all of this. Hey, wait a minute. Is that one bent too? Nope, that one's not bent too. I don't know how this got crushed. And it got hit pretty hard to have caved that in. But anyway, this is what you can do with recycled paper. Okay, back to working on the Halo monster truck. Uh-oh. I think that's good. What do you think? Is that good, Grant? Do what again? The camera. Yeah, the camera. All right. Now, I'm back to doing this. I have got to see if I can't change this because I need more light. And this is the only extra lights that I have got is down here. And I have to be very careful not to pull these wires apart. Because if you pull the wire joints apart, it quits working. Hot tamales. Okay, hold on just a sec here. All right, everybody. I don't know if y'all have heard about them or not, but anyway, they're food. Get your hot tamales here, everyone. Hot tamales, they're good for you and they're good to eat. Yeah, hot tamales, you can get them while they're hot, come off the grill, get them out of a frying pan, doesn't matter. And if you like sweet stuff, hot tamales, they also come in candy. You can put them in your pocket. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the phone show. Oh, that's good. Yeah, bringing your parents in and show them the show. That's a very brilliant idea. Now, say that again. Oh, yeah. I'll make Eddie behave when your parents are in. Uh-huh. Okay, now. All right, now I've got both of these side lights opened up. So I can actually bring fiber optics into play with those two lights. Okay, so Kringle, like in Kris Kringle. Oh, Kringle with coffee. Oh, I get it. Okay. So now that I have that, that has to be there. That's good. That side light, that side light. All right, so now I'm going to have to glue these in place here. That means I'm going to have to glue them down, which is not a problem. I just had to change that. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Phone Show. Thank you all for coming and for putting up likes and for sharing me with others. I don't know. Probably not. Hey everybody, I'm from Washington State in America. Where are you all from? If you don't mind putting that up, that would be cool. "29 minutes of the show left, you guys. In other words, 30 minutes. Oh, wow, you guys. Truly international audience. Thank you for being good human beings and coming to my show. Well, South Detroit. Nice. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. What I've got to do now is I've got to reattach the paper onto this so that the wires don't move around and I can hide them all behind the body. England's in. Moldova? I think that was Moldova. How about that? Come on, you. Come back. All right. Okay. Hi, honey bunny. Nice to see you. Okay. Oh boy. Dust. Yeah. What I'm doing right now, you guys, is all of this stuff has to be closed in and made to look like it was real fabricated steel. All right, and to do that, I have to pre-fit almost everything because it's all brand new. And when you're building something from scratch like this, you have to learn how to fabricate it. Now this piece, this is going to go on here like so, and it folds around these tusks just like that. And what that does is that gives you the illusion of skin, which it actually is. Oh, it's just guesstimate. This is a scratch build piece. There is no scale. You don't have to worry about doing math or none of that stuff. I use reference materials are all pictures on my laptop. And you can see how that contours. I am busy building a Halo Warthog monster truck. This is the chassis to the monster truck, and this is the body. It's going to go on there just like that. It'll have a single seat and the dashboard. What, did that bend? Nope. And this is the windscreen for it, right there. Made out of an old light fixture. And so, anyway, this is where we're at right now. And these are my light caps that I built. And they all go on here just like this. And when I get ready to glue these on, you guys, when I get ready to glue these on, I'm going to make sure they're all the same elevation all the way across. In other words, I will squish this down just a little bit, that one there, not quite so much, and this one about a little bit more. But anyway, this is what it looks like when the lights come on. It's turning out pretty darn snazzy. Anyway, monster truck. Jeez, those are reflecting really well. It sure does. Okay, so now I got to paint these now. I can't do anything else with them. Well, I'll have to wait until the end of the show. I'll do some painting at the end of the show. Yeah. Oh, well. It's one of those kind of things, Grant, where I'm at right now. I'm almost to the point where I have to paint while I go, because you can't paint later. And I'm getting to the point where it's getting very difficult to be able to not do that. Thank you guys for watching. And you don't have to interact. I appreciate it when you do. And I try always to answer good comments. Bad comments, well, they go the way of the dodo bird. They're gone. They're history. Absolutely. Edrich said that? That's fantastic, Edrich. Thank you. Now, I did get this painted before, so I think I'm going to go ahead and try to use a piece of it now. I have a lot of folks in my show, and one of the things that has been prevalent is that people ask me to build stuff all the time. Well, I keep a kind of a running total in my brain as to who asks what should I build. And so with that, I had a huge amount of people asking me to build Halo. Oh, come on. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. And so, I've been asked to build a Halo vehicle or something from Halo for the past 4 years. I am just now getting to that build. And so I'm building, I didn't want to build a Warthog like everybody else did. So I'm building a monster truck. I'm going to put a triple-barreled Gauss gun on the turret. And I'm going to have to start building that very soon because I'm getting to the point now where I need to start building that weapon. Not sure how I'm going to do it yet. This has been, I'll tell you what, Grant, this has been super, very, very tough build at this point. I'm glad I did not make that rotary barrel work because I don't think I would have been able to get this far with it. Yes, I would have been stuck. I think you're right. And yes, it's already made, just sitting there. But I've got a special spot for all the electronics now. All them little motors and everything, they're all in the same spot. Yeah, it'll be a turret. Absolutely. Well, it'll move when you move it, just like my tank turrets. I am building a Halo monster truck, a Warthog. I've not made any RC vehicles because RC is so far ahead of where I'm at building with paper. Now, I could build a body that would go on an RC truck or car, and I'm going to a toy show in November, and I'm going to try to remember to buy some old RC cars if I can get them cheap. And because I don't have a lot of money to spend at the toy show, and I'm basically going there to get old model kits that are broken and torn up because I want the greebles out of them. It's called kit bashing. Oh yeah, Edrich, go ahead. What's your question? Oh, no, I have not used any RC stuff to make things work like turrets. That is a brilliant idea. 15 minutes of show left, you guys, and I gotta go. I will be back tomorrow. Hour, basically 2 hours. Yeah, hour and 45 minutes earlier tomorrow, I will be live again on my show. Hope to see you then. What, did Eddie tell you something again? Well, yeah. I have got so many little parts over here. I really need to go through all this stuff and find them because I don't need to cut more 1/4-inch strips when I've already got 1/4-inch strips cut. That is not a 1/4 inch, but that's close. Said that again. What's his name? Adam, take care. Thank you for coming to my phone show. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 hours earlier. What I'm doing right now is I'm cutting and fitting these parts. These, I have to have a whole bunch of these. Oh, sweetheart. You're getting close to a twerk, honey bunny. All right, that is the angle that I need. So that is cut correctly. And what? I'm Matthew. And say it again. Edrich, the best thing to do is remember it or write it down, what you want to show and what you want your mom and dad to see. When you come in the show, you just ask me in the show. And Grant and Eddie, the mods in the show, will let me know what it is you would like me to show your mom and dad. And I'm including you in that sentence, boy. Okay, and Edrich, send me an email with your mom and dad's name on it, so it's not in the show, and I will address them by their names. That way, they don't get confused with anybody else in the show. Now, what I did was cut another 1/4-inch piece. I already have the correct angle on this. So now what I do is I just cut a whole bunch of these. But first off, I want to know how wide I need to make them. What? 10 minutes of show left, you guys, and I gotta go. Now I've got this and I check it over here. Well, it's perfect. Okay, so that means this is square. And so all I got to do now is make a whole bunch of these because these are the superstructure or the chassis parts inside of this that is going to cause this to look right when I close it all in. And so now I just make more parts because the right side or port side and starboard side all have to be made separately because there are tiny variances. Now I'm using the same piece to measure every part that I'm cutting because I don't want to change. And the thing is, if you cut, like I'm cutting this piece right now, this piece right here, all right? If I take this cut piece and I use it to measure the next one and the next one, the tiny little variances that happen changes the size of what you're building. they're on strike. Oh, well, that's the way it goes. Picket lines form in the rear. Okay, so now this is here, and this piece will go here. And now, you see this part right here? This is a higher elevation than the rest of this. So that means I got to cut a little notch out of this piece to let it sit down on there. And that piece sits right there. And I know, because I've been working with this long enough, I know all I have to do now is glue this into place. It is the right elevation that I need for all of this to work. Ah, yes. Yes. It's what? Yaffe? Okay, did I get that right, Edrich? Yaffe? All right, and I'm going to have them in my I'm going to have Grant and Eddie in my ear, so I will get that right. What? Moonshine? I drink water. Moonshine's not good for you. Make you go blind. Six minutes of the show left, you guys, and I gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow. Rain or shine. Thank you, Derek, the official timekeeper of the Paper Army. Now, if you're working with a car or motorcycle or anything like that, all these little parts that you have that I'm making, they all come pre-made. All right, but you can't do that with this. Every piece you make is hand-built. So you have to make sure that you're doing a good job. I should probably measure this to find out what exactly, how many of these I need. One inch. Those are 1 inch apart, or basically, 10 centimeters or 10 centimeters, millimeters. I don't know. I don't know how to read these darn things. 5 minutes of the show left, you guys, and I gotta go. Oh, well, that's cool. I had help saying your dad's name. Yeah. Thank you, Grant. What's what? I use Elmer's glue. In Europe and other places, PVA. All right, but I've been using Elmer's glue for years. I built this 16 years ago. Be 17 years in January. They don't come apart. All right, now that should be good enough. Yeah. All right. And I'll hold it in place just a little while. Oh, no. Doggone it. Can't be bending those. All right, everybody. Thank you all for coming back tomorrow. I will be live 2 hours earlier than right now. 3 minutes of the show left, you guys. Thank you, Derek, the one and only timekeeper of the Paper Army. You bet, Joy. I'm glad you had a good time in the backstage pass. Now, this is not the only thing I'm going to do. I am also going to put a cross piece in here and in here to help stabilize this and give it more strength. Because if you ever pick it up by the back, you can't have it crush. All right, now, where's my other one? Oh, here it is. There it is. Well, Edrich, I hope it does. I hope your X-Fighter gets here tomorrow. That would be very cool. 2 minutes of the show left, you guys, and I gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 hours earlier, for another live show. Hope to see you all in. It'll be Thursday, and then Friday, and thank God it's the weekend. Hey, everybody. Anyone that has a membership with this show, bronze, silver, or gold, you can go to Discord, post pictures of things you do. Doesn't matter if it's gardening, building cars, aircraft, whatever you do, woodworking. You can go post your pictures on Discord if you become a member. And I will be live over there on Discord at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Saturday. Doggone it. I'm ahead of myself. But yes, on weekends, I do Discord. So I would love to see you over there. Hopefully you all can get membership and go there. The show's over, everybody. Okay. Well, they didn't get me down to a countdown. 1 minute left. Okay, so here we are at the end of the show. And everybody, I'll be back tomorrow. Never fear. I will. It's one of those things that I will do. Uh-oh. What's wrong with this? Oh, man. Anyway, thank you guys very much for coming to the phone show. Thank you for telling people about the phone show. It is the coolest show on television. Yeah, you can watch me on TV. Not very many people do. Most everybody watches me on a phone. Hence the name, Phone Show. All right, you guys, let's remember something important. Doesn't matter what you are. Doesn't matter where you are. Does not matter who you are. Does not matter what color you are. And it doesn't matter what religion you are either. We all live on the third rock from the sun. That makes us human beings. Let's start being good human beings. Stop fighting other human beings. It only hurts the innocent. Take care, Paper Army. I'll be back tomorrow. Good day. Or good night.